Oh my God. Listen, we're going to be breaking down what happened with OpenAI this weekend. And all I have to say is that if you come at the king, you best not miss. I think that is the best phrase that signifies this entire weekend. And I want to break down a couple things in this particular video, which is what is OpenAI, what happened during this entire weekend around OpenAI, what's happening this morning on Monday morning, my defense for the board, why did Sam Altman win in this case, why did Satya Nadella win in this case, what this means for board governance, what this means for the future of OpenAI and the new CEO, Emmett Shear, and what is the future of generative AI. Now, if you've been following this channel or if you've been following me, you know I've been deeply passionate about this generative AI space, not only creating my own GPT known as Kanungo GPT, an innovation co-pilot, but just trying out new generative AI applications. I don't think there's another content creator on the planet that has put out more content when it comes to generative AI on stage in front of thousands of people more than me. So I've been deeply invested in this space. And so let's just start. And I want to break down the craziness. And to be honest with you, just off the dome, this is the saddest, the most ridiculous, and the craziest thing I've ever seen in business, in technology ever. And I don't want to sugarcoat it. Like, it is ridiculous what happened. So let's just start with OpenAI. So what is OpenAI? OpenAI started as a nonprofit organization that was focused on research and development around bringing artificial intelligence to the masses that could benefit everyone, and doing that in a safe way. A whole bunch of folks came together in 2015 to create this. Elon, Sam Altman, a guy named Greg Brockman, Ilya, some really intelligent people. And then in 2019, Sam Altman was like, hey, we need some investment. This has been going on for a really long time. We need investment to bring in order to accelerate what we're doing. So actually, Microsoft put in $1 billion at that time. And in 2019, they transitioned from a nonprofit to a for-profit cap organization, which means basically their profit is being capped by 100 times the investment. And then what happened in 2020, they launched GPT-3. And then the thing that broke the world was GPT 3.5, which is, of course, we know as ChatGPT. And not to understate ChatGPT, but ChatGPT was the most explosive tech app that we've ever seen. 100 million users. It really spurred the next frontier of technology. People said that, you had, mobile, the internet, and this was the next frontier, which was generative AI. You saw all these applications built on top of it. And to be honest with you, just monitoring the space for the last year, it has been incredible. And so you have to give kudos to Sam Altman and OpenAI for creating this movement. When it comes to generative AI and ChatGPT, it's like what every single organization, every single company has been talking about. How do we leverage generative AI to streamline what we're doing? How do we make things more efficient? How do we create more opportunities? How do we create more business models around it? So we all know the impact of ChatGPT. And the reason why this story is so crazy is because if you would ask anybody on the planet, what is the hottest company on the planet? It's OpenAI and what they are doing. So for all this to happen to OpenAI is just incredible. So let's go to what happened this past weekend. So last week on Thursday evening, the CTO of the company, Mira Murati, was informed by the board that she would become the new interim CEO. Ilya, who was actually on the board, he sent a Google Meet. I don't know what they have an investment, by the way, from Microsoft, and they're using Google Meet. That's an entire story. But Ilya sent a Google Meet to Altman saying, "Hey, we should catch up on Friday afternoon." On Friday afternoon, the board shows up to this Google Meet with Ilya, and they inform Sam that he is getting ousted, that he is getting fired. Microsoft was actually told 1 minute before that was actually going to happen. So can you imagine Microsoft, Satya Nadella, who owns actually 49% of this organization, they put a $10 billion investment, was informed a minute before that Sam Altman was going to be ousted from this meeting. So I was going to be ousted from this organization. Greg Brockman, who was the chair of the board, was also informed later, and they said that he could still be with the company, but he was losing his chair. Now, Sam Altman tweets that, he's had an amazing time at OpenAI. Brockman tweets a little bit more information about this Ilya Google Meet thing. He actually resigns. Now, in the background, all the investors of OpenAI are probably like, what the hell is going on? Satya is completely blindsided because just a number of days ago, they had their developer conference, and Satya Nadella is on stage with Sam Altman. It was a little awkward, but, they love each other and talking about, how they're going to forge the future of AI together. After that, Friday night, 3 engineers also say that they're leaving. And this causes a fury on social media. I was on X like all weekend, people putting up these X spaces, Twitter spaces, talking about it. There's all this speculation as to why this happened. Now, the reason why it happened is I don't think we have all the full details, and that I'm going to talk about a little bit about the board's decision after that. But some of the reasons that people were talking about were the idea that I think Kara Swisher has been doing some amazing reporting on this. Also, Bloomberg has been doing some amazing reporting on this as well. It seems like the main reason is that there was a disagreement between the nonprofit sort of mission of OpenAI and the for-profit mission of OpenAI. Of course, it started as a nonprofit, but they felt that Sam was pushing the organization in a way that was way too fast, way too early on the for-profit side. It looked like the developer day was a huge point of contention. In fact, in some of the reporting, it seemed that Ilya was really pissed. One of the things that really pissed them off was this idea of them opening up the GPT agents for the world to use, basically creating customized versions of ChatGPT, which I actually went off and used. I actually created my own custom GPT known as Kanungo GPT. It was an innovation co-pilot training all my data. Anyways, that's beyond the point. But that really pissed off Ilya, and they thought that they were moving too fast. There's some other speculation that, in fact, with GPT-5, they've discovered, AGI or some sort of super intelligence. I think we're still going to find out the real reason as to why they wanted to oust Sam Altman. Some of the other reasons is that Sam Altman, maybe there has been a conflict of interest because he's been going off and investing in other companies, a chip manufacturer that would compete against NVIDIA, a hardware company. He actually invested in Humane, a sort of an AI pin. He's been involved in a whole bunch of things. And by the way, Sam Altman doesn't have any shares of OpenAI. He may have some shares of the foundation of OpenAI, and that I don't think anybody knows the details of this. So anyways, that was Friday night, whole bunch of speculation. I don't think anybody slept. Saturday afternoon, of course, all the investors who are not on the board of OpenAI, now they start asking questions. So you have Tiger Global, Sequoia, of course, Microsoft. They're all asking questions and saying, hey, why did this happen? They're trying to get Sam back. And of course, Microsoft is a huge player of this because they have all the infrastructure in order to really make this a global play. The Verge reported that they were trying to get Sam back. Now, Sam was tweeting out that he loves the OpenAI team. That spurred a whole bunch of folks within the OpenAI team to retweet and say there's a whole bunch of hearts going off and talking about how they love Sam Altman as well. So Sam Altman is obviously getting the love. Now, so Saturday was a crazy day because there was rumors that Sam was going to come back. Now, on Sunday, of course, the new CEO, Mira Murati, she was trying to get Sam and Greg Brockman back to the organization. And on Sunday afternoon, Sam Altman tweets a selfie of him having a guest badge going into OpenAI, saying that's the last time that he's going to do that or that's going to happen. It was there was an indication that Sam Altman was coming back to OpenAI. Now, on Sunday night, I kind of went to bed. I got kids. I wasn't focusing on what was going on here. But on Sunday night, what it appeared is that the board and Mira were working on two different timelines. The board was recruiting a new CEO of OpenAI, which was Emmett Shear, which is the former CEO of Twitch, while Mira was trying to get Greg and Sam back. This morning, I don't know if it was late last night or this morning. This morning, Satya Nadella tweets out that he's excited to be working with OpenAI and their new CEOs, Emmett Shear. But in the meantime, he has recruited Sam and Greg to start a new AI research and development company within Microsoft. Okay? This morning, Ilya also tweets out that he's sorry, he didn't want this to hurt OpenAI. Sam Altman retweets with some hearts. So Ilya's feeling bad. 500 to 750 people that work with OpenAI are demanding that the board leave. And so this is insane. Satya Nadella basically steals Sam and Greg to start a new research arm, an AI research arm within Microsoft. OpenAI is gutted. Emmett Shear is taking this on. Obviously, the entire staff of OpenAI is under protest. So, and the board is still there. Now, listen, I'm reporting this at 1 p.m. Eastern on Monday, and I have no idea what's going to happen later tonight or tomorrow. But so this is sort of the recap on what happened. Now, I do want to say that there has been a lot of defense of Sam Altman. And before I get into why Sam is getting a lot of love from the tech community and the broader community, I just want to insert a piece. This is counter to all the narratives that we're hearing right now. I want to give some love to the board for a second, because my belief is that the board, I don't believe that the board would be this stupid to oust Sam Altman from OpenAI. This is the hottest company on the planet. It is forging the future of artificial intelligence. You have to have a very good reason as to why you are ousting one of the most powerful people on the planet right now, Sam Altman, from this company. Now, at this time, Sam is meeting with heads of state. He's literally on top of the world. You have to have a really good reason. And the people on the board. Now, I don't know all the people on the board. One of the board members is the CEO of Quora. Obviously, Quora, a very successful company. And Adam D'Angelo. There's some other folks on the board as well. So my defense is that they probably have a good reason. And it's really important for the world to know what their reason was, because if there was something that Sam Altman was doing that was nefarious or something that could hurt not only the organization or society, I think that's something that we should know. And the reason why I am a little bit of a defense for the board is because I just believe that they can't be that incompetent. They can't be that dumb. Although, if there's not a good reason, this has to be the dumbest move a board has made in history. But I just don't believe it. There's no way that 4 or 5 people would come together and make such a bonehead decision. There has to be a good reason. And I think we need to know that reason. Now, why did Sam Altman win? In order to understand why Sam Altman won, you have to go through and understand his history. Obviously, Stanford grad, started with a company called Loop, wasn't very successful, but it was part of early Y Combinator, started by Paul Graham, probably the most iconic incubator in Silicon Valley. Amazing companies coming out of there, from Dropbox to Airbnb. and beyond. They've had incredible exits coming from that incubator. And so Paul Graham, who is one of the gods within Silicon Valley, once said that, some of the best CEOs of all time, some of the best operators of all time is like Steve Jobs, Elon Musk, and Sam Altman. Now, at the time, Sam Altman never really had a win as a founder, but Paul Graham really believed in him. And Sam Altman became the CEO of Y Combinator, and he actually turned Y Combinator into a really innovative organization, start to expand Y Combinator in different ways, tried to systematize what they were doing there. And so the reason why I believe that Sam won this is that Sam has an incredible reputation within Silicon Valley, and it makes sense. When you are the CEO of Y Combinator, when you are the dawn of all these new startups, he actually expanded the classes within YC, meaning he expanded the cohort so that more and more companies would come into that. All these companies coming up are looking at Sam as as a mentor, as somebody, like getting into YC is like better than getting into Harvard. So you have to understand that being in Y Combinator is a hugely, not only important, but prestigious honor. And so Sam obviously was the head of that. And then Sam obviously went off and created OpenAI. And you have to give him credit because OpenAI has created $90 billion of value and has really turned this organization into a juggernaut. And for many people in Silicon Valley, they look at Sam Altman as, one of five best CEOs on the planet right now, right? So you look at Satya, Sundar, Elon Musk, Tim Cook. I mean, I'm missing some, but you have to put Sam in there. I don't. What other CEO has created this much value in such a short period of time? And so I think part of the reason why Sam won is because he built up incredible relationships with people within Silicon Valley, within the tech ecosystem. Some of his superpowers were the ability to recruit and to generate funding. And those were his superpowers. And when this news came out that he was ousted, of course the tech community is going to rally for Sam Altman. And my belief is that if X didn't exist or social media didn't exist, I don't think that Sam would have gone back. I don't think that Microsoft would have brought back Sam because of the narrative, because of the momentum, because of the outrage that people had that Sam was ousted, and because he has so much goodwill within the community and the tech community, I believe that snowballed. I believe that amplified, that created momentum for Sam. And so Sam comes back and he has now all this power because he has an entire tidal wave of people saying that he should be back. The board is struggling to figure out how he can come back. And now he's joining Satya Nadella to create this new research arm. I don't know if that's actually going to happen, but many people are saying that maybe even Sam could be the next CEO of Microsoft. Now, we also have to talk about the other real winner here, which is Satya Nadella. Satya Nadella is probably one of the greatest CEOs of our generation. The fact that he's been able to take Microsoft and take it to the next level has been amazing. Part of that is because of their emphasis on cloud, on Azure, on artificial intelligence, their move with OpenAI. Satya Nadella has been playing 4D chess. And what he did over this last weekend talks about how amazing he is as a visionary, as a deal maker, as a CEO. The fact that he went in, tried to renegotiate this piece, literally got back, not only maintain the relationship with OpenAI and is going to be working with Emmett Shear, but also stealing Sam and Greg to create this new AI research arm. Do you understand what he literally created a new OpenAI within the organization for almost nothing? I tweeted out this morning the greatest acquisitions for Microsoft all time. Number one, you gotta give kudos to Microsoft buying PowerPoint in 1987 for $14 million. And the reason why that's one of the best acquisitions of all time is that if you look at how much money PowerPoint has created globally for everyone using PowerPoint for their pitch decks, for their presentations, PowerPoint, game-changing app. Okay, if you think about it, how many people have used PowerPoint to pitch everything? I mean, it's probably created trillions of dollars because of PowerPoint. So PowerPoint, to me, not only because I'm a PowerPoint, I built my career on PowerPoint, but PowerPoint's great. And then the second best acquisition is getting OpenAI, the new OpenAI, for free. So you got to give Satya Nadella credit here. He absolutely won. And I go back to how I started this conversation, which was, if you come at the king, you best not miss. One of the greatest quotes at all time. They tried to come at Sam, they missed, and now he's coming back. Incredible. Satya Nadella, you got to give it to him. This is a masterclass CEO move. Just absolutely incredible. So what does this mean for OpenAI? What does this mean for Microsoft? Microsoft is absolutely going to win here. Not only are they working with OpenAI, but they're going to create this new piece with Sam and Greg and probably a whole bunch of folks that are coming from OpenAI. They're obviously leading the pack when it comes to this AI space. And the reason why this is so important is because this is the next great war. The next great war is around artificial intelligence. And if you look at some of the competitors that are in this space, whether it's Grok, who, Elon just rolled out Grok. There's other folks as well into the space. Meta is getting into this. Claude. Obviously, Google has a big piece in this and what they're doing with Bard. So this space is open. This generative AI space is open. And of course, OpenAI and ChatGPT has a clear win on this. But the game is still open. And I think this fracture with OpenAI does leave some room for somebody to come in. I have no idea what's going to be happening with OpenAI. They've obviously built some amazing credibility. They obviously have an entire developer ecosystem that's building on top of ChatGPT right now. Emmett Shear obviously is a great CEO. Just listening to interviews of Emmett Shear over the years, he's obviously a super smart guy, understands artificial intelligence, knows how to build a company from zero to an exit. Obviously, Twitch exited to Amazon. So Emmett Shear is an amazing operator. So we'll see what happens. But when it comes to generative AI, I think this actually has been an amazing thing for generative AI because it now has opened things up and it has allowed other people to actually come into space. And as you know, where there is competition, there is more innovation. So my takeaway is this story is still unfolding. This is the craziest tech business story I have ever heard in my entire life. It is a story about trust. It's a story about momentum. It's a story about social media. It's a story about incredible leadership by Sam Altman and Satya Nadella. You can see the reason why Sam Altman is because you saw the number of people within OpenAI that was supporting him. You saw all the people in the broader community supporting Sam Altman. Satya Nadella pulling off one of the greatest heists of all time. And when it comes to the future of generative AI, I think it just opens up the doors. And there's going to be other players that are going to be coming into the space. And I will just leave the door for Elon Musk to say maybe he comes back. Maybe he comes back to OpenAI. Maybe Apple gets into the space. Maybe Meta makes a huge play into the space. Who knows? But I just want to come on here. I really appreciate you guys being part of this and just being with me. I this entire weekend, I was just following people, trying to get some sort of inside information on what happened. And I don't think we have all the information. I wish we had all the information, but we don't. But thanks for rocking with me. And listen, I don't know what's happening tonight, but I might have to come back on later tonight. We'll see you later.